7th King Kamehameha Celebration Floral Parade is sponsored by the Hawaii Tourism Authority.
Hooey, and good morning, everybody. We are here at the 107th King Kamehameha Celebration Floral Parade.
And it is a beautiful Saturday.
Miss Jen Boniza, I'm so stoked I get to be able to co-host this with you. It's going to be a historic day. There are so many things going on today.
Oh, there's a lot going on today.
And this is just going to kind of mesh a lot of that together throughout today. So we are excited, and we are going to be bringing you this floral parade from start to the ending of the parade and just have a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we're here at Iolani Palace on the palace grounds. I feel so honored to be a part of this. After watching it so many years, this has always been my favorite parade. You've got the Pa'u riders, you've got all of the beautiful lei and colors. It's really amazing. And so happy that everybody's able to join us here. If you weren't able to come down, I know the crowd is starting to fill up along the street here.
That's right. You know, coming down this morning, the weather was perfect. It was beautiful. Not one cloud in the sky, and hopefully that's just a great setup for what we can expect today. As mentioned, we are starting to have all our friends and family starting to line up on the side of the road. This is a great experience. If you have the chance to come down and watch this in person, that would be, in terms of my recommendation, the best bet. But if you cannot, of course, sit in the comfort of your home and stay in tune with us.
Yeah, exactly. And the parade, of course, starting here downtown at Richard Street, going all the way to Kapiolani Park. So you still have the opportunity. Parade itself actually starts at 9 a.m. So we're just hopping on a little early to give you some background. We're going to talk story with a couple of people that are instrumental in help putting this together, because this is quite an undertaking.
To say the least. I was talking with yesterday just about FestPac in general. You know, we were talking about the opening ceremony, and for that particular event, and this as well, you only see so many faces in front of the camera, but the amount of people that and hands that it has taken behind the camera that we don't necessarily see is plentiful.
It is monumental, yes. And, you know, even with planning this parade, the King Kamehameha Celebration Floral Parade Commission, you know, they take about a month off after this is actually all said and done. And then they start planning again.
Oh, they don't breathe.
I know. And then, you know, it really is a constant process. And 107 years, this is, like Kamaka had said, very historic. And let's talk a little bit about the history of Kamehameha Day. Now, celebrated June 11th, of course, that's going to be Kamehameha Day. We're having the parade today because much easier to have parades on Saturdays when everybody's off than on, you know, weekday. But I think one of the misconceptions is that Kamehameha Day is actually King Kamehameha's birthday. And Kamaka, is that true?
No, but it is true that it is a common misconception, and I think, you know, rightfully so. We would think it would be honoring such a day, but King Kamehameha Day actually started with King Kamehameha V. So there's 5 kings that carry Kamehameha as their title, and Kamehameha V was the grandson to King Kamehameha the Great, whose statue we are sitting right across the street. And what he was doing, the people wanted to honor him on his birthday, which is December 11th. He didn't want the honor to be around him. He wanted to honor his grandfather. And he wanted to pick the day furthest away from his birthday, which would be June 11th. So it's an arbitrary day, something set every year, but not his birthday. We don't know when his birthday was.
Yeah, I've always wondered that. When is it? Well, hopefully one of these days somebody can tell me that. But, you know, and it's not just me and Kamaka here today. We also have one of our roaming reporters, Bryce Moore, is out there in the field, and he's going to be talking story with people. So right now we're going to check out Bryce.
Good morning. Now, I'm here at with one of the event organizers. You mentioned, both of you, Jen and Kamaka, the planning that goes into an event of this scale. I'm here with Kainoa Danes. Yeah, I see a reaction. Talk about that. What goes into planning this type of event?
Yeah, it's a year-long process. So as soon as we're done, we'll sleep through the weekend when this is over, and then we're already meeting to figure out next year. It's just a constant annual thing.
How many floats, how many participants are going to be here?
So we have 50 units. Floats are tricky. We have two marching bands. It's the summer and a lot of schools want to be here. But still a lot of energy. We have Kamehameha Schools here. The Royal Hawaiian Band is playing. Polynesian Culture Center, you can hear some bands warming up right now in the background. But we have a lot of trolleys, decorated vehicles, just a lot of energy in general.
Talk a little bit about the cultural significance of this day, this parade.
So this parade is 107th year, and the statewide holiday is 152 years. So we've been doing this for a few minutes. The reason we start down here in downtown Honolulu is because of the statue of King Kamehameha, which hopefully we'll get throughout the broadcast. He was fully draped in lei yesterday. It was an amazing ceremony. So mahalo to everybody who came for that yesterday. And I believe it was being live streamed. But yeah, we've been doing this for a long time, so we're happy to keep doing it.
And you mentioned you've been doing this personally for how many years, and what is your hope for the future of this?
My hope is to stop doing it. No, I'm just kidding. I've been doing this involved since 2007, managing the parade since 2011. My great-grandfather ran the Maui Parade in the 1950s and 60s in Wailuku, in Kahului, so it's kind of a family affair. I have half my family here helping on the committee today, my fiance, my sister, my cousins, aunties and uncles everywhere, so mahalo to all my family. So yeah, it's a legacy thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
Thank
Kainoa,
you.
for
Mahalo.
taking the time
Enjoy.
with us. We're going to speak to some parade participants in just a minute, so we're going to go ahead and toss it back to you, Jen and Kamaka, back at the stage.
Thanks, Bryce.
Thank you so much. You may see me fanning throughout the day. And that's just because it is a little bit warm out here. Kamaka, you had mentioned that, not a cloud in the sky earlier, and I still cannot see any clouds in the sky.
Yeah, it was
beautiful and it is hot.
It was a little more comfortable about an hour ago, but it's going to get to be even better as we get this parade started in just a little bit. Again, that's going to start at 9 o'clock. You're not going to want to go anywhere. We will be right back after a short break.
Hawaii roads are seeing an alarming increase in drug-impaired driving, with more drivers involved in fatal crashes testing positive for drugs in their system. This trend is making our roads more dangerous every year. Our drug recognition experts are specially trained to detect impaired drivers and determine what's impairing them, whether it's alcohol, illegal drugs, or prescription medication. It's all impaired driving. Keep our communities safe and don't drive impaired. If you feel different, you drive different.
Hydrating, sweet, and tinged with nostalgia. Get that watermelon glow this summer. Watermelon Breeze is back at Jamba, Hawaii. Hydrating, sweet, and tinged with nostalgia. Get that watermelon glow this summer. Watermelon Breeze is back at Jamba, Hawaii.
Dear Hawaii, we're not the biggest health insurer or the oldest, but we are homegrown. Driven by a profound kuleana, a privileged duty to care for Hawaii's people. What difference does kuleana make in a health insurance plan? All the difference in the world. We're UHA Health Insurance. Join us.
Here in Hawaii, we've delivered so many vibrant lives. From keiki to kupuna, we're here to see you thrive. We work between the beginning and end, from checkups and treatments to making a new friend. By your side, we will be every step of the way. Whether singing or soothing, we form the lei that embrace you with aloha. Whatever life throws at you, whatever your dreams, we're your lifetime partner in health. We are Queens.
Aloha and welcome back. We are here at the beautiful Iolani Palace grounds. I'm Jen Boniza, Kamaka Pili with me here. And of course, it is the King Kamehameha Day Celebration Floral Parade, the 107th. And we're very excited to be with you today.
It is a beautiful day and the hype is continuing to build. Now, the parade will be kicking off at 9 o'clock and we're fortunately to be located at the very beginning of the parade, as mentioned here at Iolani Palace, right across the street of Ali'iolani Hale, which is where the King Kamehameha statue stands so proudly. And yesterday, as Kainoa Danes was mentioning, was the lei draping.
The lei draping, and you were there for that ceremony.
It was beautiful, and I think every year it's beautiful just to see the amount of flowers and lei and fauna in one area, and then all in one spot, literally on the arm of King Kamehameha. But then we have the extra element of Festpak. And then we had, I believe it was the Queen and the Princess of Aotearoa, New Zealand. They were present and they did their own ho'okupu, or their own offering. It is so amazing to see not just our own people celebrate, but then our Polynesian brothers and sisters and from across the Pacific. It's such a, this year I'm so excited.
You see all of these cultures coming in together, and you say that, you know, they did their protocol coming in. I wonder, what differences were there between a Hawaiian protocol and the Maori protocol?
I'm nowhere near knowledgeable very much at all of New Zealand and Maori culture, but the interesting thing is even the very basic Hawaiian language that I'm aware of and I know, and the history that I'm familiar with, when the other cultures do their protocol or they speak their language, not that I can understand them, but my ear perks at certain words. You know, you can kind of catch the similarities, and I think that's a beautiful thing with FestPac. It's about bringing all these different nations together. And the one thing that was was repeated throughout the different delegates and their people who were speaking was the fact that we are one family, that the ocean doesn't separate us, that it connects us and it brings us together. And the fact that we here in Hawaii have the opportunity to host this year, that is once in a lifetime experience.
Huge. That's huge. What an honor to be able to do that. And in addition to Kamaka and I being here to host the parade with you, we also have a roaming reporter, and that, of course, is Bryce Moore. And I believe that he's found someone else in the audience to chat with, so we're going to toss it over to Bryce.
Good morning. Thank you so much, Jen. And yes, this is the first participant in the parade. I am here with Pauline and Kaylani. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your organization and how excited you are to be here today?
We are Ahahui Ka'ahumanu, a Royal Benevolent Society of Hawaiian Women. Our kuleana is to sow the leis to honor our King Kamehameha every Kamehameha Day. And we are honored to participate in the parade to honor him.
Now, how long have both of you been personally participating in this event? I'll start with you.
I have been 16 years with Ahahui Ka'ahumanu.
And you?
I have been 20 years with Ahahui Ka'ahumanu.
Now, talk a little bit about your procession, what you folks are be doing, what does it represent, what is its significance?
We have 5 cars with our board, and we have a trolley with our members, and they are so honored and happy and joyous to be in this parade.
How excited are you personally? What were you thinking when you woke up this morning knowing that you'd be one of the first people to come down in this parade?
We are so excited to come down in the beginning of the parade. We love seeing the local people. They are so kind to us when we pass by, and there are so many of them. We thank them for coming to enjoy this day with us.
Now I hear that it's a day of celebration for it's a cultural celebration day. What does that mean for you personally?
Go ahead. Okay. Well, we celebrate with this parade, and then after we go, of course, to eat somewhere. Hawaiian food usually, and to gather together to say our prayers, to thank Keokua for all that we have, and to have our togetherness as members in a sisterhood.
That's so amazing. I'm sure you're excited to get us underway. We are about 15-ish minutes out. I'm going to go ahead and throw it back to my colleagues back up at the stage. There are many more floats, parades, marching bands, excuse me. Sounds like they're getting started, so I'll go ahead and toss it back to the stage. Thank you, ladies.
Mahalo nui no.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bryce.
One thing I have to say, I'm sweating just looking at those aunties in their black dresses. And I know, to speak of the Royal Order, they have their black suits on, and they're so nice and very...
It's very regal and dignified.
But also very hot.
Yes, yes. Just a tad warm, and they do this entire parade, walking the whole way, a lot of them.
I think it's an important inclusion within our events. Our benevolent societies, the Ahahui Ka'ahumanu, we have the Royal Order, we have Mamakakawa, we have the Hawaiian Warriors. There are so many organizations that are living connections to our past. And to find ways to bring them and keep them relevant to today is super important. And I think that only increases the how important it is to continue these types of events.
Oh, exactly. This parade is essential in helping to perpetuate the culture and introducing it to so many people who maybe don't know the complete history and aren't familiar with everything that has led up to this point for Hawaii as a kingdom and as a state, and just all of our rich heritage up to this point. And I know that you've actually been in this parade several times before.
Yeah, just a tad. I mean, in different capacities, which is awesome because there are so many different capacities of this parade. With Royal Order of Kamehameha, an active member, but on that float with there's just so much things. And you know, the thing is the community that is here, and a lot of the same people are the ones that do these events, so you start to build additional relationships and valuable ones.
Yeah, it's really like one big ohana.
It really is.
Yeah.
So this year is going to be no different, only better, because again, with the inclusion of FestPac, I'm just so excited because this is only the second or third day, I believe, of the festival out of 10.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, as the day continues and the morning grows, so does the audience. We are going to take a short break. You may want to go use the bathroom because the parade's going to start at 9 o'clock, and once it starts, you ain't going to want to leave. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hawaii is a special place. But let's be real, getting stuff shipped here can be so annoying. That's where Ship to Hawaii comes in. Your favorite online shop doesn't ship here? No worries. Just ship your order to our hub in California and we'll handle the rest. From e-bikes and batteries to almost anything you could imagine, Ship to Hawaii ships it all. Get what you want, where you want it. Ship to Hawaii, making Hawaii living more convenient.
You love Eso peanuts? Check this out. 4 brand new flavors: takoyaki, yellow curry, ninja, and super spicy shoyu. Try the new coated peanuts from Enjoy today. Introducing We Love Maui from Enjoy. 3 custom shapes, colors, and flavors. Proceeds will be donated to Grace Bible Church Maui to support the wildfire recovery efforts. Let's never forget those in need.
The Hawaii Stroke Coalition wants you to know that during a stroke, nearly 2 million brain cells could die every minute blood flow to the brain is blocked. If you think someone is having a stroke, call 911 immediately. The ambulance brings healthcare professionals to your location to start a medical evaluation and treatment even before leaving the location. EMS will conduct assessments, take vitals, start an IV, and alert the ER of their arrival. Be fast, don't hesitate, and call 911.
It's our job in the news business to gather relevant facts and report them so you can be informed.
And there are a lot more ways to get the news to you than ever before.
Of course, there's this way.
And multiple other ways for you to get our reporting.
There's the tried and true.
And the relatively new.
However you get the news,
we're working for you.
KHON2.
Working for Hawaii.
Aloha and welcome back to the 107th King Kamehameha Day Celebration Floral Parade. And I have with me Kalani Ka'ana'ana with the Hawaii Tourism Authority. And Kalani, talk to me about the Hawaii Tourism Authority's role in making today's festivities happen.
Sure. The Hawaii Tourism Authority has been a longtime supporter of the Kamehameha Day Commission and the statewide events across our state. It really highlights our unique culture. It honors a leader that exemplified values that I think we can all live by. And so hopefully our community coming together for the parade, the ho'olaule'a, and all of these lei draping events across the state, we come together closer as a community.
And you have a big role this year as well. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so I have sort of dual hats. I'm also the chair of the commission for the 13th Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture, and I'm one of our co-grand marshals for the parade today. So pretty excited, humbled, and really kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah, and very busy. That's a lot happening. Talk to me. Let's first talk about FestPac. That's such an amazing event, and what an honor for it to finally be held here in Hawaii after more than 50 years.
Yeah, the festival has never been hosted by Hawaii. We've been hosted at festivals across the Pacific. This is our first time to return that hospitality, but more than anything, I hope that the festival reminds us of 2 things. First, that we're a community that takes care of one another, and we see that exemplified all the time, and that also we're part of a bigger family of the Pacific.
And then as far as the parade here, talk to me about what it takes to kind of pull this together.
Yeah, you know, it takes many hands. Just like the festival, Kainoa and the commission, as well as all of the hundreds of volunteers that I know are helping this morning across the state at events over the next week or so, are really what make this tick. But also our community who comes out. And so I remember when I was a kid, you know, our parents would load us up, grab the chairs, cooler, and we'd come out and watch the parade. And so it's beautiful to see that tradition continued.
Exactly. Such beautiful memories. And you can see all of the ohana starting to build really here along King Street. Just amazing.
Yeah.
What is one of your, I mean, well, you said you always enjoyed it with, you know, family, but what is your favorite thing or one of your favorite things about this parade?
Units. Hands down, the Pa'u units. It's what makes it a Hawaiian parade. It's a tradition that's been passed down, and that's something we can continue. And so these parades, whether we think of them as this mundane thing that everybody does, the thing that makes our parades unique are Pa'u units.
And talk to us about the significance of those Pa'u units. How has it been tradition?
You know, I'm not necessarily a practitioner, so I don't want to get out over my skis, but I want to just say that the process of preparing, dressing, lei making, all of those things are really embedded into the practice, and that they're passed on, just like everything else, like hula or whatever else it may be. There are traditions and customs and protocols that get passed on, and that's what makes it special.
And it really is amazing because, you know, looking at the Pa'u units, so many of them are multi-generational.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't want to get out over my skis, but for folks to ride in the parade and to become Pa'u Queen, they have to ride each island first, and there's just so much depth to what's happening. And like you said, it becomes intergenerational. My mom, my grandmother rode in the parade 50 years ago or whatever it is, and because we're at the 107th parade today, those traditions continue. So yeah, really exciting.
Very amazing. And thank you so much, Kalani. It's
My
always
pleasure.
a pleasure to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Likewise.
And we're going to toss it now to Bryce Moore, who is out there somewhere in the crowd talking with people that are here to enjoy the parade.
That's right, Jen. I'm here with one of the members of the Royal Hawaiian Guard. Now, let's just talk about that for a little bit. How are you? I'm sweating bullets. He's not sweating at all. How are you staying cool?
I'm actually covered, so I'm not actually sweating currently, but I'm sure I will be at the end of this event.
Sure. You got a long march ahead of you. How excited are you to get underway here?
Oh, I'm excited. Every year we do this. The Royal Guard's been around since 1961, after it got reunited after the disbanding of the Hawaii monarchy in 1893. So members have been part of this or doing this event since then.
Do you know anything about the significance, the cultural significance of the uniform that you're wearing today?
The uniform that I'm wearing actually dates back, the style dates back to the Victorian period, to about 1893 as well. So that's what I'm wearing currently, yeah. So it's based after the British style of uniform that was worn at the time. Yeah.
And the sword?
And the sword as well, yeah, the saber as well. All of this is based off of the British monarchy that was here because at the time Queen Liliuokalani was a major fan and was close to Queen Victoria at one time, yes.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Well, is it a real saber? Is it sharp if you unsheath it?
It's just the point is sharp, just the point, yeah. But the blade itself is actually dull for parade purposes.
And do you have a specific march that you'll be doing with any certain movements with the saber, with any other props? Or?
No, not really. We're basically just pretty much walking ahead and leading the Royal Hawaiian Band. That's pretty much what the
Quite an honor. I'm going to go ahead and... Yeah, thank you so much again.
Thank you so much for taking time out to interview.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
We're going to go ahead and toss it back to our host, Jen and Kamaka. Thank you so much again for taking the time, sir. Aloha.
Thanks, Bryce. Yesterday, as mentioned, was the King Kamehameha Day lei draping ceremony, and I was able to speak with Paula Akana. You know, we are here at Iolani Palace, and the lovely Paula Akana is the executive director of the Friends of Iolani Palace. So I was able to tap on her shoulder yesterday to see, you know, the importance of continuing an event such as this and what we can expect, you know, the relevancy and the role it plays in our world today. This is what Paula had to say.
Kamehameha Ekahi played such a huge role in our islands. Having been a graduate of Kamehameha schools, we look forward every year to honoring him and everything that he meant. I mean, he really, you know, we talk about Kalakau as being someone who's very forward-thinking. Kamehameha was as well, you know, in looking at what he could utilize from the West at its best. So I think it's really important to remember him, to remember that dynasty that he left of Kamehameha rulers and all that each and every one of them had done for the islands. I mean, each made history in their own way, and it's all because of this one unbelievable man. I think our ali'i, more and more so in today's time, can serve as a great example, not only to our lahui, but to everyone on how unique our ali'i were, how they cared for their people, and really believed that we were their children, and the legacies that so many of them have left today, these lasting legacies from hospitals to care homes to trust for indigent children and just everything they've done. I think there's a great lesson in servant leadership to be learned from not only the Kamehamehas and the Kalakau's, but all of our ali'i.
Went to go to the bar to watch Monday Night Football, so it was like kind of like a celebratory experience where I ended up drinking more than I anticipated. Just seeing the blue lights behind, in the rearview mirror, knowing what I knew, right, how much I drank and stuff, I knew that I was legally drunk. I'm grateful that I had this experience in a way so that it was a clear signal to motivate me to be different and to change.
Here in Hawaii, we've delivered so many vibrant lives. From Keiki to Kupuna, we're here to see you thrive. We work between the beginning and end, from checkups and treatments to making a new friend. By your side, we will be every step of the way. Whether singing or soothing, we form the lei that embrace you with aloha. Whatever life throws at you, whatever your dreams, we're your lifetime partner in health. We are Queens.
Hydrating, sweet, and tinged with nostalgia. Get that watermelon glow this summer. Watermelon Breeze is back at Jamba, Hawaii. Hydrating, sweet, and tinged with nostalgia. Get that watermelon glow this summer. Watermelon Breeze is back at Jamba.
Aloha and welcome once again. The 107th King Kamehameha Day Celebration Floral Parade is brought to you in part by the King Kamehameha Celebration Commission as well as the Kamehameha Schools Kaiulu Division. You've got so many people that have helped put this event together. Very, very special. And the crowd really here is starting to pick up. We've got the final countdown, just a few more minutes, I believe, until the parade actually kicks off at 9 a.m.
Just a couple more minutes, and we are starting to even hear the revving of the HPD motorcycles getting ready. I have to say, this is just the beginning as well. And the crowd here is slowly starting to build. But where I think is the more crowded area is when you go through Waikiki.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Waikiki,
when the sidewalks are literally shoulder to shoulder of people.
Yeah, jam-packed of families, kupuna, everyone coming down to check things out and really enjoy.
Have you ever watched this in person?
I have.
It's this one for me and Aloha Festival's parade. The pa'u units is something that I always... It's so exciting because you don't really see it very often.
No, you don't.
And it's a very
special.
unique art form. And for those who do perpetuate that particular art form, I have much respect because there's so much work that goes into what we're going to be seeing today.
It really, really is. And how they choose who the queen and the entire court is. And then so many people to make that happen.
Mm-hmm. we do have Bryce Moore roaming around and getting some feedback from our people, our public in the on the street. So let's toss it over to Bryce and see who he has to talk story with now. What's up, Bryce?
Hey there, Kamaka. That's right. I am here with one of the grand marshals of FestPac, and she actually prefers, we were talking a little bit before, she prefers to call it as its full name. Why is that?
The festival started in 1972, and I'm kind of old school. So when I started on the Council of Pacific Arts and Culture in 2000, the name was just Festival of Pacific Arts. We added the culture a few years later. And so when the culture got added, the name got long, the Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture. So when we went to Guam, they decided just to start calling it FestPac. So it's easier to say FestPac, and everybody recognizes that. So that's good, but also to remember the full name, but Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture, that's the PAC.
Now, how does your position tie into what you're here for today? What is your role, and how excited are you?
The Council of Pacific Arts and Culture houses 27 island nations across the Pacific. And I have been sitting as the representative of Hawaii, of the Hawaiian Nation, since 2000. Now, when when our bid got accepted, unanimously accepted by the Council, for us to host this festival, we were actually supposed to host in 2020. And what happened was COVID came, and our Director General canceled the festival. So we canceled the festival in March of 2020. And our commission, which is the state organization, state-appointed commission, to ensure the success of the festival here in Hawaii, we petitioned to the Council of Pacific Arts and Culture to host in 2024 because we felt we needed the 4 years, not knowing how severe COVID was going to be, how much it was going to impact all of our countries, and how quickly we'd be able to actually host the festival coming out of COVID. It was a really good move because 2024 is a perfect time. All of the countries are so excited to be here because it's been 8 years, where normally it's just 4 years between the festivals. So I have been the chair of the Council of Pacific Arts and Culture since 2016, since we left Guam. Most of the time the countries are just a chair for 4 years, but because of COVID, I'm the longest sitting chair. And we had our meetings earlier this week, and at the end of the second meeting, then there was an election for the new chair, and I relinquished my gavel. So I am now the outgoing chair of the Council of Pacific Arts and Culture.
Thank goodness that it did come back to Hawaii and that we're celebrating it on this momentous day. We're going to go ahead and toss it. The parade is about to get started. So nice, thank you so much for joining me.
Aloha.
Send it back to you, Jen and Kamaka.
Mahalo, Bryce. And, Auntie had a wonderful reminder there to call things by their true full name.
Don't even get me started with that. No, 100% agree. We do have so many nicknames, I think, that we do, and abbreviations, and such as FestPac. But to understand and to know the full name and the meaning, because of course in Hawaiian our names mean something. They tell a story, and as minute as that could be, I think it is a big thing.
It is important, and I know I'm hearing some things happening in the distance here, so I think we're going to be getting underway shortly. Sorry, we're trying to peek over and cheat.
So the order that this goes in, of course, the HPD has their wedge that always kicks off the parade. And we did speak about our benevolent societies. We have the Ali'i float, the one with all the warriors, the kane and their malo, that then will be following. And then we will have those benevolent societies, Royal Order first, and then the others to follow. So there is some type of a structure, which is beautiful to see, especially
and there we go, and we are underway, ladies and gentlemen. Honolulu's finest, you see them there. Our Honolulu Police Department wedge leads off the 107th King Kamehameha Celebration Floral Parade. A mahalo nui to the city and county of Honolulu for their support, especially to the Honorable Rick Blangiardi, of course, Mayor of Honolulu. So nice to see them leading it off. Off camera, I mean, you see the police wedge there. They're starting things off, but off camera, you've got a whole slew of other officers. You've got bicycle officers on the side of the road, just making sure that everything you know, everyone is safe here and nobody tries to rush across the street.
That's right, and here they are passing right in front of us. You know, here's just another group of people who is wearing dark, thick
Colors,
material
yes.
in bright, sunny weather.
They are just a little warm, I'm sure.
This is going to get everything started, and then now what we're going to be seeing coming through Royal Hawaiian Band, you see getting ready. And I know this year, for many years, has been led by the one and only Uncle Clark Bright, and they will be making their way down. But now we have this year's state banner page, who is Michael David Keone Chow Jr., also known as Boo Boo. He'll be proudly riding his horse, Sergeant Major.
And then we also have the colors here, you know, wearing authentic replicas, uniforms that were used during the reign of Kalakaua. We welcome the guards of the Hawaii Air National Guard.
And here is the Royal Order starting to make their way down. Founded in 1836 by King Kamehameha III. Again, we have 5 different King Kamehamehas. So founded by Kamehameha III, the Royal Hawaiian Band is the only full-time municipal band in the United States with a royal legacy and is an agency of the city and county of Honolulu. Their mission is to promote music, to preserve Hawaiian musical culture, inspire young musicians, and enrich the lives of the people of Hawaii. Clark Bright was appointed as the 22nd bandmaster of the Royal Hawaiian Band back in 2011. Leading the Royal Hawaiian Band is Drum Major Colton Hironaka.
And you know, just recently it was announced that the Royal Hawaiian Band has their first permanent rehearsal space. It's so hard to believe that in all this time, they never actually had a permanent rehearsal space. So wonderful for them to finally be able to get a space to call their own.
How many years is that from 1836? Finding any nook and cranny to be able to practice.
And I believe they're going to be doing a performance for us
as they get closer to where we are situated. So we're fortunate that this is actually the very, very beginning and the start line of the parade. We are situated just a little bit down, so we are going to be seeing them pass in front of our booth in just a little bit.
And we can take just a moment and enjoy their beautiful music. I'm sorry about that. I love this. It's so festive. It's fun.
It's very important. The Royal Hawaiian Band, they participate in anything that has to do with Hawaiian royalty. They are more than happy to be there. And this is, again, we're speaking about living legacies. Paula Kana was mentioning about some of the legacies that continue from our leading. And this is a living legacy, just one of many. I mean, there are so many examples that we can list. Kamehameha schools, going back to Princess Bernice Pauahi Bishop and so forth. So to see the relevancy, how we can continue to learn from institutions and legacies such as this.
And the hours that it takes to really, you know, make sure that they're on par, on point with their music.
Can we just take note that they're going to be walking the whole way in dress whites, nice white shoes, which if it was me, it would not be completely right.
And playing at the same time.
And playing, carrying some heavy drums and tubas. So as easy as this may look from the comfort of our home, participating in a parade such as this really does take a lot. And here they go, passing right in front of our stage. There's Uncle Clark Bright. He is on the Makai side of the group.
And I love the orange and yellow. It's so fun. Such happy colors.
And I see now we were just about to get our next unit coming through. As we go through this, there's just the energy is going to be amazing. So right now what we're seeing is our Pūkani. They're going to be leading the Ali'i float. The sound of the pū means the arrival of the king, our mo'i Kamehameha and his retinue of Ki Pu'upu'u warriors. That was the name of the warriors of Kamehameha, named after the reign of Waimea. Ladies and gentlemen, are Pukani, Lono, and Kawa Tabura, Kupa'a, and Akamai.
And here we have our mo'i float this year portraying King Kamehameha is Mr. Al Kalanikau Mahuka. And Al and his ohana have been involved in the mo'i unit since the 1970s. His hula lineage comes from the Kumuhula Keli'i Taua, and Al is an icon in Hawaii's bodybuilding community, encouraging Hawaiian men to join them in this tradition of representing Kamehameha and his warriors. He's honored to have been selected once again to participate in this year's King Kamehameha Celebration Floral Parade. And riding as Kalaimoku, right hand to the king, is Chad Kaleolani Mahuka, Al's son, who has been very involved for years as well.
Just looking at this float makes me feel like I need to go
To
take a break and run to the gym real fast.
They're in
And
such
put down the
fabulous shape.
food.
Very intimidating. You know what I mean? It can be very intimidating seeing these men.
You know, standing still like that for the whole float is very difficult. I mean, it may seem easy to just be standing, but then they also have their ihe, their spears that, you know, when you're taking this route, you have low-hanging wires and such. You really have to also be very cautious as each of these floats go down.
And now we have the King Kamehameha V established the Order of Kamehameha I on April 11th, 1865 to honor his grandfather, King Kamehameha I. The Royal Order unites and uplifts men and women of Hawaiian descent in benevolent work. They provide scholarship assistance. They preserve, perpetuate, and recognize the Kingdom of Hawaii and infuses the spirit of patriotism, loyalty, and kindness. And today, the Royal Order is led by Ali'inui Sir Alika Desha of Kailua Kona, Hawaii. And also on the float today are members from chapters on Oahu and Hawaii Island.
The Royal Order of Kamehameha, along with this Ali'i float, I think all the benevolent societies, you will take notice that as they pass by not just the statue of King Kamehameha, but the statue of all of the Ali'i that are on this route, this route, what is it, route or route?
Potato, potato.
Yeah, same thing. Well, as they pass by each of these statues, they will take a break and they will stand for the Royal Order.
They take a
some
pause
time
in
and
honor.
They have their own, they have their own protocol of what they do. So that is, it's just so cool, man. But now, following them, we also have of course, those ladies in black, as Bryce was talking to earlier, the Ahahui Ka'ahumanu. Ahahui Ka'ahumanu was originally established in 1864 by Princess Victoria Kamamalu, Queen Liliuokalani, and Princess Bernice Hawaii Bishop. In car number 1, we have Pelekikena Pauline Namu'o, attendants Laverne, Moore, and Louise Alina. Concerned about the ill health and grim social conditions of Native Hawaiians, they eased suffering and offered help. Their mother chapter is on Oahu with others on Maui, Hawaii Island, Kauai, and the island of Molokai.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Chapter 1.
Ahahui Ka'ahumanu is a highly respected Hawaiian women's society known for its elegance and dignity in conducting exquisite protocol in its mission, caring for members to ensure a dignified passing and honor our ali'i. And following these final cars, we have Treasure Queenie Kavako, attendants Liz Perry, Joey Bishop, and Ruby Petrosino. In the last car, we have Director Luana Albino. In the trolley, we also have leader Jerry Nomura and the gracious ladies of Ahahui Ka'ahumanu.
And what a beautiful start to the parade.
Just within this, I mean, I feel so Hawaiian right now just watching all of these kupuna come through and starting off this parade on such a great note.
It really is beautiful and special. And please don't go anywhere. We're going to be taking a very short break, but we will continue the 107th King Kamehameha Day Celebration Floral Parade in just a few minutes. And all of these festivities, of course, funded and provided in part by the Hawaii Tourism Authority through the Signature Events Program.
Here in Hawaii, we've delivered so many vibrant lives. From Keiki to Kupuna, we're here to see you thrive. We work between the beginning and end, from checkups and treatments to making a new friend. By your side, we will be every step of the way. Whether singing or soothing, we form the lei that embrace you with aloha. Whatever life throws at you, whatever your dreams, we're your lifetime partner in health. We are Queens.
It is started off on such a great note. I'm excited to see all the other floats that is to follow.
Yes, and right now we are seeing the Ahahui Ka'ahumanu as they pass the Kamehameha statue.
This next one, I believe, this is, if I'm not mistaken, the Daughters and Sons of Hawaiian Warriors, Mamakakawa. In Vehicle 1, we have Kuhina Nui, Colleen Kawa, Lokua Leleo Hoku, Ha'imoipu Ayu, driven by Momilani Ka'ehu Ai'a. Ka'ehu Ai'a. I do want to just give a forewarning. I'm going to try my best to pronounce these long Hawaiian words so beautifully and perfect, but I ask for your patience. Miss Colleen Kuhina Nui is a direct descendant of King Kamehameha I. They have held their Kamehameha Day ceremony at the King Kamehameha Statue Mound unceasingly since 1914. In vehicle number 2, we have Malama Mo'olelo Pu'uhonua, Tavares Jumawan, and Ai Pu'upu'u Dr. Kathleen Luana Moniz, driven by Lala Keale Smith. A genealogical society, the Ahahui, serves to unite the descendants of ancient warriors of Hawaii. In that third vehicle, we've seen the Ipu Vai Au Au, Keli'i Vai Vai Ole Sanchez, and Mo'opuna Kiki Sanchez. The Ilamuku, Keea o Kalani Garner, driven by Kupapalani Ayavalepaki Sanchez. The aha is their primary regalia, and their motto is E Ike Ikahoa Kanaka He Malama Hoa Ke Kana Vai, or love your neighbors as yourself. Notable members include Queen Liliuokalani and Prince Jonah Kuhio Kalaniana Ole. Again, more living legacies of our ali'i. I think it's so amazing.
And I'm sorry, I cannot remember the correct terminology for the cape that she's wearing.
The ahu'ula. So ahu'ula means royal cape or royal garment, and there are in different lengths, different colors, all representative traditionally of the rank and status of the person who wore it. But as we see coming down now, we have the one and only governor of Hawaii.
Yes, we do. And presenting Governor Josh Green and First Lady Jamie Kanani Green. Governor Green is a proud husband, father, physician, and Hawaii's 9th governor. He was raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Governor Green received his degree in both biology and anthropology from Swarthmore College and his medical degree from Penn State Milton S. Hershey Medical Center at Pennsylvania State University. And Governor Green is inspired by the hopes and challenges and values of Hawaii's families that encourage him to do his part for the people of our islands, and he is honored to serve as our governor.
Again, extra credit for having to walk the whole thing.
I know. You go. Get those steps in, Gov.
You know, he was there. I'm going to be bringing up FestPac a lot because it's just a lot of things going on. But the opening ceremony, the makana, or the gifts that were given from each of the delegations to the host delegation, which is us here in Hawaii. Governor Green was the recipient of many of these makana. The gifts that were given, I am so jealous. They were beautiful. And the aloha that was shared, I mean, we can continue to feel that vibe here this morning for this 107th parade. But this is what it's all about. When we're talking about Pa'u, it's about our units from the different islands. And we have our leading Queen unit, which our page for the leading Queen unit today is Keaka Kealoha. And this year's Pa'u Queen is Liko Lehua Tangaro. Together with her best friend and husband Lopaka of 32 years, she is the mama of 4 keiki and grandmother to 2 mo'opuna. Liko has been riding Pa'u since 1998 with her mother. Riding with Queen Liko are her daughters and first-time riders Kimberly, Kamaile, and Kamanu Tangaro. This makes 5 generations of Pa'u riders in her ohana. That is so amazing when you see the legacy and the traditions continue within a family.
It really is, and for her to be able to ride with her daughters and them with their mothers, and that's why those traditions continue to carry on in those families, because they all do it together.
You inspire them young, and then they're only going to continue it as they grow older.
Exactly.
Now, their horse lei, each of the horses are adorned with a beautiful lei. Their horse lei represents the island color of Hawaii, honoring her great-grandmother, Ana Ka'awa Mehau, who rode in the very first Kamehameha Day parade on the island of Hawaii. Also riding with the Queen is her mother, Miss Ronica Ann Ibarra, who rode as Queen back in 2005. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to introduce to you our 2024 Pa'u Queen, Liko Lehua Tangaro. Now, from Hawaii Island, they are representing the colors, or at least the colors that they are representing, red and yellow, which are very royal colors, not just in Hawaii, but across the Pacific, especially red. Their horse lei represents the islands, completing her final ride as queen. Now, I have done this parade with, the Aloha Festivals parade with Brooke Lee, who is very well knowledgeable about parades, so I don't really know. I'm sharing what she has shared with me, but to be a queen, I believe you have to be a princess of every island before you can get to that point. So it is really a whole structure.
That's a huge
dedication.
process. Kalani Kana'ana, when I was speaking to him earlier, that's what he said. You do have to ride for every island before you're allowed to represent as a queen. So it takes many, many years to reach that level.
We have our roaming reporter Bryce Moore out on the streets. So let's tap on his shoulder and see who he has to talk to. What's up, Bryce? How's it going?
Okay, stand by. And you'll have to forgive me as I take a look at these beautiful animals. My mom would be jealous of me right now. Horses are her favorite. We're right at the corner of South King and Punchbowl, which is where the parade participants make the turn into, I guess, more into town toward Makai to then go into Waikiki. We'll be going by there later. What's really cool about all of these participants is their participation with the watchers, the spectators. They're waving, they're shopping. They'd like people to be engaged in the parade that's going on. I'm going to walk along down here. We've got some parade participants. Maybe we can get some shakas. Can we get some shakas, guys? Are you happy to be here? Of course. Yeah, we are. Now there's families from old Keiki to Kupuna. people, at least 100 just on this side of the road as we walk along South King Street here. Lots of smiles, and I love you sign right here from this gentleman. How you feeling, sir?
Okay, buddy. How are you, man?
I'm great. Now, how excited are you to be here today?
What's that?
How excited are you to be here today?
This is an interesting day, man. Do you know what I mean? I mean, hey, this is Kama'aina stuff.
Have you had a favorite float so far?
Not yet. They're still, you know, they're still coming, but it's pretty interesting, you know, because there's a lot of horses today. Yeah, gosh, what's going on?
Have you ever been to Kamehameha Day celebration?
No, I never have. I've been to the other parade, you know, the New Year's Day and all that kind of stuff. And,
what would you say is different about this one here?
It's sparse.
More time in between the. Well, they like to stop and let people.
Like normally, you know what I mean. And I'm surprised that they took a turn here instead of going down, you know, the regular way because they're going to Waikiki.
Yeah.
That's a long walk, Brody.
I know. I'm sweating right now. I can't imagine how they're feeling.
Indeed. Yeah, I'm freaking out too. Brody.
So we're gonna go ahead and throw it back to Jen and Kamaka. Thank you so much, sir. Really appreciate it. Awesome.
Nice to see you in person, buddy.
Right back at you. Now we're going to go ahead and throw it back. I'm sure there's many more things that they have to talk about.
And right now you can hear all of those drums coming in. We've actually got the Polynesian Cultural Center coming up next. They're going to be doing a performance. There you go. Now we can see them.
They are a staple every single year for every parade that the Polynesian Cultural Center participates in. They definitely steal the show for that time that they're walking across.
They've got so much energy there, so entertaining, representing so many cultures. You know, the Polynesian Cultural Center strives to preserve and portray the cultures, arts, and crafts of Polynesia. They offer Malihini and Kama'aina the chance to engage with Polynesian culture in an exciting and educational way. And their full day's experience includes a tour through 6 island villages, cultural demonstrations, and hands-on activities. It's so much fun. I've been there several times and spent the day there with family, of course, visiting from the mainland, and it really is worthwhile, and it's a must-see. And you can see them just coming down and performing.
I mean, I feel like I'm drinking a cup of coffee the closer they get to where we're sitting.
I know, they really inject you with that energy.
Adrenaline.
I love it. Followed by the most authentic luau on the island. Their award-winning evening show features over 100 Polynesian performers from across the Pacific.
Let's just sit and listen and watch for a bit.
All right.
You know.
All right, thank you so much. I think we're going to take a break, just a short break here, but mahalo to Enjoy Snacks. We love Maui snacks. They've got crispy rice, crackers, and nuts, and they support families recovering from Maui wildfires. So we will be back shortly.
Psst, you love Eso peanuts? Check this out. 4 brand new flavors: takoyaki, yellow curry, ninja, and super spicy shoyu. Try the new coated peanuts from Enjoy today. Introducing We Love Maui from Enjoy. 3 custom shapes, colors, and flavors. Proceeds will be donated to Grace Bible Church Maui to support the wildfire recovery efforts. Let's never forget those in need.
Here in Hawaii, we've delivered so many vibrant lives. From Keiki to Kupuna, we're here to see you thrive. We work between the beginning and end, from checkups and treatments to making a new friend. By your side, we will be every step of the way. Whether singing or soothing, we form the lei that embrace you with aloha. Whatever life throws at you, whatever your dreams, we're your lifetime partner in health. We are Queens.
Hawaii is a special place. But let's be real, getting stuff shipped here can be so annoying. That's where Ship to Hawaii comes in. Your favorite online shop doesn't ship here? No worries. Just ship your order to our hub in California and we'll handle the rest. From e-bikes and batteries to almost anything you could imagine, Ship to Hawaii ships it all. Get what you want, where you want it. Ship to Hawaii, making Hawaii living more convenient.
went to go to the bar to watch Monday Night Football. So it was like kind of like a celebratory experience that where I ended up drinking more than I anticipated. Just seeing the blue lights behind, you know, in the rearview mirror. Knowing what I knew, right, how much I drank and stuff, I knew that I was legally drunk. I'm grateful that I had this experience in a way so that it was a clear signal to motivate me to be different and to change.
Let's just take a second and enjoy the vibe going on right now. This is Polynesian Cultural Center.
Now they are really bringing the energy here and livening up the crowd.
You know, I do have to be honest. When we talk about luau, as we were mentioning, I'm not the biggest fan of luau just because of the touristy approach to it. You go to the hotels, so I'm very reluctant. And I was offered to go to their Ha Breath of Life show, and there's many times I said no. And it was because I had visiting family coming, and they wanted me to go with them that I was like, okay, I'll go. I was so surprised how authentic, how legit, how awesome the show was, and the stories that was being told. I mean, I stand corrected when I say that there's no traditional, you know, good authentic luau. PCC, Polynesian Cultural Center, is one, if not the best that I've seen.
And of course, we know that luau isn't actually the correct terminology. It should be pa'ina. Luau is actually the leaf, but for all intents and purposes, everybody knows that the pa'ina is luau.
Yeah, I think that also comes down to, you know, celebrating the different dialects in the sense of Hawaiian language. You know, there are many different words that we use. I would think, remember one time I was speaking with a Ni'ihau friend, and they, in Ni'ihau language, use pa'ina, to eat, as a word to use to eat. And in general, when we learn Hawaiian, ai is to eat. So there's just that difference. And I think the more we get to learn, the more we get to know.
And we just passed the Hawaiian Civic Club of Honolulu, of course. And up next, welcome the Island of Ni'ihau unit, I believe.
Perfect segue.
Led by Princess Husband and Page Clayton Keola Chung, a veteran Pa'u rider. Daphne Waikui o Kekela Wingate Chung of Kona is representing the Island of Ni'ihau. She is adorned with the cherished makaloa that once thrived on the island. The intricate weaving of flowers and combs sits atop her hair, and the delicate and precious momi and kehehelani shell also adorn her neck in a variety of styles and colors. The unit's horse sleigh are made in humupapa style, and they include fresh flowers of mums, carnations, pink money, tree, coconut husk, haulekoa, copper leaves, lauhala, and akia. You see all of the things that go into making these adornments on the horse, and the pa'u is just, it's amazing. And look at those colors.
And you even mentioned the style of lei. There are many styles of lei traditionally, and so one lei that you see on somebody is not necessarily made in the same way. And humupapa, as you mentioned, it's kind of like feather. When you see feather lei on hats, it's a flat backing that is sewn within that backing. Papa meaning flat. So just to share a little, did you know, now you do, knowledge bombs.
And, you know, in the last 8 years, Daphne here has had the honor of sharing pa'u in both Hawaii and across the nation. Her beautiful attendees are Kulia Joseph of Waimanalo, Tammy DeCenzio of Kauai, Kehau Brialt of Kapolei. And the escorts, Kaloi Kaniao Pio of Waimanalo, Kaniala Kimura of Honolulu. Makaloa headbands adorn the men's hats. And rounding up the back are her pooper scoopers, which include her supportive ohana and friends. You cannot forget the pooper scoopers. They are very important.
The most important.
Yes, the horse don't realize that, you know, make messy kanya.
But you actually mentioned Waimanalo a couple times, and coming up in this portion, we have the Waimanalo Hawaiian Homes Association, which was founded in 1938, just 18 years after the Hawaiian Homes Commission Act in 1920, by the first resident homesteaders of Waimanalo Hawaiian Homestead. Their primary purpose is to promote the welfare of their members and to raise the standard of home life within the Waimanalo Homestead community. Representing WHHA community, they recognize Ilima Ho Lastimosa, a champion of everything Waimanalo, a loving wife and mother, and an upstanding life member, and sits on the board of directors. Eo Waimanalo.
And here we have the 2024 Koho'olave Pa'u units, and they are represented by Paige Kalani Sianko. Their princess is Miss Darnell Chi of Hau'ula, and attendants Tatum Chi, Ululani Kanehe, and Montana Alvarez. Escorts are Gerald Martinez and Travis Diuz. Koho'olave's history reminds us of the resilience and strength inherent within both land and people, and it stands as a testament to our capacity for healing, not only physically but also spiritually, even in the face of immense adversity. Eo Kanaloa, Eo Koho'olave.
Kanaloa is another name for Koho'olave, so you may hear some refer to it as such. Kanaloa is also a name of one of the main Hawaiian deities, is the deity of the ocean. So Koho'olave is resemblant of that and given attention to such a important piece of our culture.
And I've always loved that the colors of each islander are always different. I remember that from Mayday growing up, all of these, and just beautiful.
Yep, that's right. Well, we are going to take a quick break. You can as well go get your sushi break. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes.
Went to go to the bar to watch Monday Night Football, so it was like kind of like a celebratory experience that where I ended up drinking more than I anticipated. Just seeing the blue lights behind, you know, in the rearview mirror, knowing what I knew, right, how much I drank and stuff. I knew that I was legally drunk. I'm grateful that I had this experience in a way so that it was a clear signal to motivate me to be different and to change.
You love Eso peanuts? Check this out. 4 brand new flavors: takoyaki, yellow curry, ninja, and super spicy shoyu. Try the new coated peanuts from Enjoy today. Introducing We Love Maui from Enjoy. 3 custom shapes, colors, and flavors. Proceeds will be donated to Grace Bible Church Maui to support the wildfire recovery efforts. Let's never forget those in need.
Here in Hawaii, we've delivered so many vibrant lives. From Keiki to Kupuna, we're here to see you thrive. We work between the beginning and end, from checkups and treatments to making a new friend. By your side, we will be every step of the way. Whether singing or soothing, we form the lei that embrace you with aloha. Whatever life throws at you, whatever your dreams, we're your lifetime partner in health. We are Queens.
With each new day, we're looking out for you, finding the facts, getting to the truth, hoping you and your loved ones stay safe and informed.
KHON2, working for Hawaii.
Welcome back. We are here at the 107th King Kamehameha Day Celebration Floral Parade. It is underway, and we've got things going pretty smoothly here. Of course, Kamakapili and myself,
pardon me, trying to squint into our monitor screen to see what's coming up next. It is beautiful weather here. The sun is shining. The breeze, just a little bit, but keeping us cool and comfortable as much as possible. Coming down next, though, as I continue to squint at our screen, I believe this is the Ko'olauloa Hawaiian Civic Club coming down, and if so, they were established in 1924 by William Isaac Kanakanui. The club stands as a beacon of Hawaiian culture and community spirit to preserve and perpetuate the Hawaiian culture and traditions through music, language, and arts. Ko'olauloa Hawaiian Civic Club members include Pelekikena, or their president, Renee Tessie Fonoi Moana, Hope Pelekikena Lucy Kekela Miller, Hope Pelekikena Mua, Bername Amua, Pu'uku, Joan Umi Jensen, Kakao Olelo, Jolene Perry Peapealalo. June 14th, 2024 marks its centennial milestone, celebrating 100 years. Goodness gracious, preserving and promoting Hawaiian culture. Join them in commemorating this special occasion on September 1st of this year at Kualoa Ranch with a grand celebration.
It's so nice to see all of these, people and organizations here that have been around for a century. That really speaks to the importance of what they do and how relevant they are.
That they continue to be, and I think that's the key, is how can we continue to find ways to keep our legacy and history relevant today. And I think it's events such as this that is one contributing component to that, which only highlights the importance that we need to continue to perpetuate King Kamehameha Celebration Floral Parade.
And our Hawaiian culture and all Polynesian culture. And just before the break, you and I started talking about colors of the various islands.
Yes.
And I love each island, different color. Remind me a little bit about how that is.
Yeah, so we will be seeing all these different units representing the different moku, or the different islands, garnering or showcasing different colors, and every island has been designated a color. The interesting thing I found about this, it all started with a song that I believe was composed by a kahu in the late 1800s, and it was the first document of identifying islands with, I don't know if it was the colors or lei material, because every island also has a lei material. So Hawaii Island, or Big Island, is red, and their lei material is the lehua flower from the Ohia lehua. Maui is color pink, as you are wearing, which we of course want to continue to give our aloha to Maui and all of those who have been impacted by last year's wildfires. Their lei material is the Lokelani rose. What's next? Molokai?
Molokai is green, of course.
What is your guys' name?
Kukui nut, I believe.
Then we go to Lanai, which is orange, and they have the Kaunaoa vine. Here on Oahu, we are yellow, which I'm wearing, and we are the very delicate Ilima flower, which you would usually find out along the shorelines. Kauai is the only island, though, that has a color and their lei material are two different colors. So their color is purple, their lei material is the Mokihana berry, which is green. And then, of course, Ni'ihau is white with their Ni'ihau shell lei, and Kaho'olawe, gray, as we've seen them pass by, with the Hina Hina.
All of it absolutely beautiful. And we have to mahalo Hawaiian Telcom today for really helping us bring this broadcast together as well.
Can you hear me now? Yes, we have, again, that just brings attention to all the hands that you guys don't see behind the cameras and these tents. Many hands to bring this production of our live broadcast, but of course this whole celebration. So we want to mahalo to everybody who has made this possible.
Yep, some of our other sponsors that have been vital in making this happen: the Mayor's Office of Cultural and the Arts, Royal Hawaiian Center, Southwest Airlines, Waimea Falls Park, Kala Foundation, Enterprise Car Rental, Tow for Show. I love that name, Tow for Show.
You're going to be seeing them come down later on.
Aloha Shuttle, Aloha Junkman. So many people that, again, have really come together to allow us to be here and celebrate.
You mentioned Kala Foundation. I do want to say that if you aren't doing anything later on this afternoon, this parade leads us straight to Kapi'olani Park, where the Ho'olaule'a will kick off at 11 o'clock and will go through, I believe, 5 o'clock this evening. So if you have a chance, come down and celebrate. I believe also FESPAC delegations will be a part of that as well. So a full day of fun and festivities.
Yes, and if you're not too tired, still got energy tomorrow, the Pan Pacific Festival Parade is going to be tomorrow afternoon as well.
If you're not too tired from all today's festivities.
There's so many things going on, but you don't want to miss it. I mean, these are, annual events. They happen every year, and all of it just crammed into one weekend. I love the silver of... Oh, I'm sorry, you don't see them right now, but they're just fabulous.
So that was the Kaho'olawe continuing past our booth.
Yes.
So their color was the gray and the Hina Hina. We also would usually see them being worn or wearing what we know is nicknamed Peles hair, which is Spanish moss. Hina Hina is very hard to get, so they use Spanish moss as a substitute. But this is the Hawaiian Civic Club, Ko'olauloa, I believe they're finally making their way down. Again, this is just the beginning. We are at the start at Iolani Palace. The parade officially kicks off at Richard Street, and that is going to be taking us all the way down through Honolulu. It'll take you down in through Waikiki, and we will be ending up at Kapi'olani Park. And here we go with Miss Samoa Hawaii.
Yes.
Talofa lava and welcome to Miss Tanara Fa'amausili, our current reigning Miss Samoa Hawaii.
The Miss Samoa Hawaii organization empowers young Samoan women in Hawaii by reconnecting them to their Samoan identity and providing a platform for them to showcase it through different services throughout their reign. So, Fa'afetai, Telelava, Ma Manuia Le Aso. I
Good
hope
job.
that I said that correctly.
I think you did that way better than I could have.
Again, Miss Fa'amuisili, Miss Samoa Hawaii.
I do want to say, I was at the opening ceremony during the Parade of Nations for FestPac, and when Samoa came in, the gentleman who was sharing, there was a few things that stuck in my mind that was just so awesome. One was that people around the world look at us as little island states, but we are not little island states. We are caretakers of the largest ocean in the world. And when you look at it in such a perspective like that, it was just chicken skin. So I want to give a big mahalo to Samoa and all their ike, their knowledge, their experiences, and of course their culture that they're sharing with us today.
And right now you are looking at Royal Hawaiian Center, stands upon the historic land of Helumoa. Helumoa was placed into trust by Princess Pauahi to establish the Kamehameha schools. Royal Hawaiian Center has been sharing Hawaii's culture with the world since 1980, and from 1984, Pua Keala Man has been sharing hula. Pua Keala is the center's second cultural director, and 2024 makes 40 years of sharing her hula lineage.
That's 4 decades, people. She's been there for a really, really long time. But following her, we have the Princess of Mokuokeawe. We welcome the island of Hawaii, famous for the beautiful red lehua. Their page, Willie Piena, Princess Dansette Kimi Puokalani Ali Sam of Kalihi Palama. I do once again want to apologize for any mispronunciations of names. This is the first time Princess Puokalani has put together her own unit, and it is a dream come true. She thanks God for her love and guidance in bringing together this unit that consists of her husband and extended ohana, and she's a proud graduate of the Kamehameha School's Kapalama campus and loves being able to celebrate and honor Kamehameha Ekahi. Some of the attendants that are following her, we have Natasha Amano, Kimberly Ulu Ka'ahunui, Karina Yachman, and escorts Richard Clunks Ali Sam and Derek Kowani Eo Mokuokeawe. Did you know that Hawaii Island is also nicknamed Mokuokeawe? I wouldn't say nickname, that's probably like more of an official name.
And they've been discussing what to officially name, like Hawaii Island, Big Island. I think for many locals, we're still probably going to call it many of the same things, no matter what they come up with.
And I think that's one of the things, going back to what Kumuhula Mapuana de Silva, who's also the Grand Marshal for this event, was speaking of understanding the full name. The original name, Mokuokeawe, is one of the original names of Hawaii Island, literally meaning the island of Keawe. Keawe was a ruling chief of the island. So a lot of the times when we acknowledge the full names, we are also acknowledging a time period within our history. So when we speak of these older names, we carry all that history with us. For example, Hawaii Kai versus Mauna Lua. Hawaii Kai was originated from the developer back in the 1950s and 60s or so. But when you say Mauna Lua, you're speaking of many generations. So, something good to know. Did you know?
I love that history. Now I do.
Sorry, I'm going to be doing that throughout the whole morning.
All right. And here you see the Miss Hawaii organization. They've been around since 1948, and they've been the catalyst of providing scholarship opportunities for many, many young women. And representing the organization is Miss Hawaii 2023, Star Doll Thurston, and Miss Hawaii Teen 2023, Lauren Trader. And much mahalo representing Hawaii so well, ladies. The Miss Hawaii 2024 is scheduled for June 23rd at the Hawaii Theater. For more information, you can always visit misshawaii.org.
I think it's very important. You know, with all of these, I'm not too familiar with these different types of Miss pageants, but I do know that they are just another representation of Hawaii. And I know many of our representatives of our home do such a great job.
You know, many of them I find win the Miss Congeniality Awards when they go away because they carry the Aloha from home with them.
Okay, question. I only know Congeniality because of the movie, which is an awesome movie. But what is Miss Congeniality?
Congeniality is like personality, usually kindness, generosity. So yeah,
Oh, so just like
it's
what
an
you should
award.
be.
It's an award in the pageant that is usually voted on by the other contestants.
Oh.
So winning Miss Congeniality in any pageant, that's an honor for that young woman because it
People's
really
Choice
means
Award.
that she was like the favorite of all of the other girls. They actually picked her to be recognized.
Well, you're Miss
as Miss
Congeniality
Aloha.
for today's live broadcast.
Oh, thanks.
And this is your sash. But again, they do such a great job representing Hawaii. And it is also a scholarship, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
I believe so, yes. Now we welcome our reigning Miss Hawaii Miss USA 2024, Bria Yamat, and Miss Hawaii Team USA 2024, Hokua o Ka'ale Gilman. Excuse me. Hokua o Ka'ale Gilman. There you go. Both will represent the state of Hawaii in the nationally televised Miss USA and Miss Teen USA pageants in August. And the Miss USA organization empowers women around the world to realize their personal, professional, and philanthropic goals through experiences that build self-confidence and act as catalysts for future success.
Philanthropic. That was a really nice word.
Yes, that's a $5 word right there. For more information, you can visit MissHawaiiUSA.com.
And I have to say, they are a little lucky because they get to just cruise in the back of a moving vehicle while many of these units are walking the whole way. But of course, nonetheless, it is beautiful for having everybody here, including straight from Maui. Our Maui Pa'u Unit 2024. Our page is Alika Larino. Our princess, Candace Leonani Puaili Hau. Attendants, Po Maikai Akiona, Daniela De Lima, and Pebbles Wiedemann. We're going to take a quick break. Mahalo nui, everybody. Please stay tuned. We do want to give a big mahalo to Enjoy Snacks. Iso Peanuts, Enjoy Snacks' favorite products. They have 4 new flavors, and I am excited to try them all.
We also want to give a big mahalo to Hawaiian Telcom and for helping us, to Tiana Morales, Royce Campbell, and their team, Ryder Yamamoto and TJ, who are testing at 4 a.m. Saturday morning to make sure we got things together. Scott Lee's team, Sean Cross, Glenn Moribe, and Lorna Ayasato, Hawaiian Telcom planning team. All of you, huge mahalo from us here. And we'll be back shortly for more of the 107th King Kamehameha Day.
Hawaii roads are seeing an alarming increase in drug-impaired driving, with more drivers involved in fatal crashes testing positive for drugs in their system. This trend is making our roads more dangerous every year. Our drug recognition experts are specially trained to detect impaired drivers and determine what's impairing them, whether it's alcohol, illegal drugs, or prescription medication. It's all impaired driving. Keep our communities safe and don't drive impaired. If you feel different, you drive different.
Hydrating, sweet, and tinged with nostalgia. Get that watermelon glow this summer. Watermelon Breeze is back at Jamba, Hawaii. Hydrating, sweet, and tinged with nostalgia. Get that watermelon glow this summer. Watermelon Breeze is back at Jamba, Hawaii.
Dear Hawaii, we're not the biggest health insurer or the oldest, but we are homegrown. Driven by a profound kuleana, a privileged duty to care for Hawaii's people. What difference does Kuleana make in a health insurance plan? All the difference in the world. We're UHA Health Insurance. Join us.
It's our job in the news business to gather relevant facts and report them so you can be informed.
And there are a lot more ways to get the news to you than ever before.
Of course, there's this way.
And multiple other ways for you to get our reporting.
There's the tried and true.
And the relatively new.
However you get the news,
we're working for you.
KHON2.
Working for Hawaii.
Good morning, everybody. We are back here at the 107th King Kamehameha Celebration Floral Parade, and I have to say, it has started off on a gorgeous note. Miss Boniza?
It definitely has, and I think we kind of missed it, but the pooper scoopers have their little, they create their own little floats and stuff. I love this. The Maui one looks like a shave ice.
It's always fascinating to see what they can come up with.
I know, very creative. Very, very creative. And right now we have Kamehameha Schools,
Imua
Alumni Association, and their purpose is to organize and participate in educational, social, and cultural programs that reach, connect, and engage the Kamehameha alumni Ohana while supporting the core mission of Kamehameha Schools and the Pauahi Foundation. Now, their president this year is Kavika Trask from the class of 1976. The alumni are so thankful for the gift bestowed upon them from Ke'ali'i Pauahi and honor her memory by serving the Lahui with selfless devotion and integrity. Imua Kamehameha, go Warriors!
That's right. Let me repeat that. Go Warriors!
We both are Kamehameha alumni, so it's so nice. And I can tell. And I can tell. People that know me know. Before
well, I guess
you.
that'll keep your mind a secret as well, too.
Before you.
Well, here comes the Kamehameha Schools Marching Band and Color Guard and their Kapalama cheerleaders. Kamehameha Schools has been a symbol of educational excellence for Native Hawaiians for 135 years. We continue to show the different living legacies that we have. Grounded in the Christian and Hawaiian values embraced by Princess Bernice Pauahi Bishop, Kamehameha Schools perpetuates the vision of Ke'ali'i Pauahi by helping our Kanaka Maoli, our youth, realize their potential as bold and confident Oiwi leaders for the future. At Kamehameha Schools Kapalama campus, the campus vision is to inspire Haumana to ho'ola lahui, to uplift our community. I think we're going to get a special performance. Let's listen in. Participated in band for a summer school 1 year. I think the teacher hated me because I did not know how to blow a trumpet at all.
What's hard?
It is so difficult. You have to perk your lips, blow very tightly within.
It's kind of like blowing a conch shell a little bit,
There's a very unique way of
or
doing
a pool,
it.
Rather.
It's either or. So all of this, and again, the weight of the instruments, the weight of their attire in this hot sun, they're going to be marching down the whole way. This is a lot of work. Big props to the Kamehameha Schools Marching Band.
But they really wear the colors with pride and represent their school and Hawaii all over the place. They do parades all over the world.
Were you able to keep your dress whites white? I wasn't. It's very difficult.
All I remember is song contests. And yeah, I could keep my mu'umu'u white. Where were you rolling around?
I hate white. It is such a difficult color. What was your class color?
Oh my gosh.
Did you guys have class colors all the way back then?
We did. Shush you. We did, but I'm so bad. I cannot remember. I should remember. I'm sorry. One of my old classmates text me and let me know. I cannot remember.
Eo Kamehameha. So Kamehameha Schools was founded by Princess Bernice Pauahi Bishop, who was the great-granddaughter of King Kamehameha I. She was the last senior family member of the Kamehameha dynasty, the last direct descendant. And when she had passed, it was through her will that her husband, Charles Reed Bishop, was able to establish the Kamehameha Schools on her behalf. And she had chosen the name Kamehameha Schools, honoring her great-grandfather. Same as King Kamehameha V started, King Kamehameha Day was started by King Kamehameha V in honor of the same gentleman. And then following them, we stay in the theme of Kamehameha Schools for the class of 2031. Goodness gracious, 2031, we're getting into the 30s already. The annual 5th grade play has been a tradition on the Kamehameha campus since 1992. Every year, the class research, writes, and creates a completely original musical focusing on Ikea Mo'omeheu Hawaii, or Hawaiian knowledge and culture. This year, the class of 2031 presented Kamalu Uluolele, telling the history of Lahaina as the heart of Hawaii's cultural, spiritual, political, social, and economic life. A lush, verdant land that served as the seat of power for Maui's ruling chiefs and the Hawaiian kingdom. In May, these keiki had the opportunity to perform twice in Wailuku as a gift of aloha to the people of Maui. Here are the members of Kamehameha Kapalama's class of 2031, followed by Camille's Hawaiian food and local favorites.
Aloha to Camille's Hawaiian food and local favorites. Newly established in Waipahu, Camille's is Ohana owned and operated, and they are open daily from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Located in Waipahu's Westgate Center, they are passionate about sharing the flavors and traditions of Hawaiian cuisine and local comfort food with the world.
We're all going to need to go to Camille's after this and grab some ono grinds because we are going to be hungry.
Famished.
Next down the road, we have Kauai Pa'u Unit. Velina mai kako eo Kauai o Mano Kalanipo. Greetings from the Garden Isle of Kauai. Their page, Kamalu Pomaikai Tuasivi of Papakolea here on Oahu. Princess Kauahi Kukapulani Tuasivi of Papakolea. Growing up, first-time Princess Kauahi saw pictures of her late mother as a pa'u rider and always dreamed of following in her footsteps. She spent summer breaks with Ohana on the west side of Kauai and has fond memories of riding horses through the cane fields of Pakala. Attendants include Sierra Kapea of Waimanalo, Lei Ikeda of Nanakuli, Hanakia Tui of Papakolea. Escorts, Candido Manitad of Waiahole, Micah Ricard of Eva Beach. Together they represent the Kauai Island Pa'u Unit. They ride in honor of their kupuna, ohana, and all of you, the people of Hawaii. Mahalo ke akua, eo Kamehameha nui. We want to give a big mahalo to Enjoy Snacks.
Celebrating their 30 years of providing Hawaii's favorite snacks. Congratulations, Enjoy Snacks. Of course, we love ya. We'll be right back.
Went to go to the bar to watch Monday Night Football, so it was like kind of like a celebratory experience that where I ended up drinking more than I anticipated. Just seeing the blue lights behind, you know, in the rearview mirror, knowing what I knew, right, how much I had drank and stuff. I knew that I was legally drunk. I'm grateful that I had this experience in a way so that it was a clear signal to motivate me to be different and to change.
Here in Hawaii, we've delivered so many vibrant lives. From keiki to kupuna, we're here to see you thrive. We work between the beginning and end, from checkups and treatments to making a new friend. By your side, we will be every step of the way. Whether singing or soothing, we form the lei that embrace you with aloha. Whatever life throws at you, whatever your dreams, we're your lifetime partner in health. We are Queens.
The Hawaii Stroke Coalition wants you to know that during a stroke, nearly 2 million brain cells could die every minute blood flow to the brain is blocked. If you think someone is having a stroke, call 911 immediately. The ambulance brings healthcare professionals.
Volkswagens coined the worldwide as the people's car. Now the beautiful, colorful, and shiny VWs rolling through before you consist of members of various Oahu groups: the VW Club of Hawaii, Vintage VW Club of Hawaii, Hawaiian VW Outlaws, Usual Suspects, Westside VW, and Hi Folks. The mission of the members of these clubs is to rescue, preserve, restore, and just drive and cruise these timeless vintage classic machines. The People's Car is multi-generational, where members have been wrenching since high school and passed on their trade to their children and grandchildren. Now, these VW family-oriented organizations are charitable to the Hawaii Food Bank, where they've donated over 1,000 pounds of food to Hawaii's needy. And this past Labor Day weekend, there were 155 VWs at the 21st annual Shaka Weekend at Ala Moana Park. The 120 VWs at the Honolulu Polo Club for the Hot VWs magazine group photo shoot. So cool. I love those. That's got to be one of my favorite cars. I always wanted one.
Especially the one that has like 26 windows or something like that. I love that. But coming down now, we have Will Coleman. And again, I apologize for any mispronunciation. We welcome to the German Benevolent Society of Honolulu, marching for the first time in the King Kamehameha Celebration Floral Parade. The society was founded in 1858 to aid German immigrants to Hawaii and chartered in 1889 during the reign of King Kalakaua. Today, the GBS disperses funds to over 40 local charities with an emphasis on feeding the hungry and supporting Hawaii's youth.
Danke.
Danke. I know a German word now.
Danke.
I also know schnitzel, which is super delicious. Well, danke and mahalo to the German Benevolent Society of Honolulu. I gotta say, a schnitzel is like a chicken katsu, but so much better. That's all I know. Hot Rock TV Hawaii.
All right. They graced over 26 magazine covers. Lavella Salvosa and driver Copper and Tan of the Copper and Tan Corvette. You got Ronnie James, Vice President of the Martin Luther King Coalition Hawaii.
Wow.
Executive Producer of Hot Rock TV Hawaii Comcast. And car number 2, the Hawaii Blue production truck. Did we see that?
I'm stuck on staring at that pink car. That is gorgeous.
I know.
It's like straight out of Greece.
The pink one is awesome. A Miss Motorsports Hawaii and radio show host of 107.5 FM, Jazzy Hawaii Miss Yvette Moore Leilani, with the driver ravishing Ricky Jones in the hot 1959 pink Cadillac. There we go.
That was the one.
And you also got Sergeant Mike Langan, Vietnam veteran. He's in the white Corvette. That's the Hot Rock TV Hawaii's The Ninja. And then the yellow hot rod, 1,000 horsepower truck, 1,000 horsepower. Ooh. That it's the horsepower truck for the Veterans Improvement Program Hawaii. The driver, Captain America and Vice President Clifford T. Kang.
I am having such a great time. This is so cool. All of those cars, you know what's funny is that it's not necessarily Hawaiian cultural, but it's Hawaii, and this
They're
is
fun,
it's
and everybody-
infusion of our lifestyle
Exactly,
here in the
it
islands.
is, because we grew up looking at those kinds of cars and admiring them from afar.
I've always wanted one, but I was told if you don't know how to fix it yourself, don't get it because
Yes.
it's super expensive if
It
you have
is
somebody
very
else.
expensive if you are not a mechanic and you don't know anything about cars like me.
So we just admire from afar.
Yes.
But we are moving on to Molokai.
Yes, join us in welcoming the island of Molokai, often referred to as the Friendly Isle. Representing Molokai as the page, Luis Galdera, Princess Edlin Mahina Kim Lum Sniffen of Makakilo. And Princess Mahina is a graduate of Kamehameha Schools and sprinkles pixie dust at Aulani, a Disney resort and spa. That's a fun job. Attendants, Kamaile Sniffen Poliahu Kau Matule and Teresa Barco. And the escorts, Kekoa Kintz, Kobe Dano. And this unit proudly wears the island color green and is adorned in lei kukui and other tropical flowers and foliage. Mahalo nui to their ohana and friends who have supported their pa'u journey. E Molokai nui ahina. Now, I know that there are some questions
I was
about
just going to say
Molokai,
the question of the
Molokai.
year
No.
or the century, let's just put it that way. Is it Molokai or is it Molokai?
Okay, so my reason for always pronouncing it Molokai, and I've had people try to correct me, my father-in-law is born and raised on Molokai in Halava Valley there, and he always told me it's Molokai. So that is what I went with. He, small time, Hawaiian is his first language, and that is where he is born and raised, so I honor that. And then I know some people are steadfast that it's Molokai, so...
And I'm not from Molokai, and I do say Molokai. I think it depends who I speak to, how it comes out. But I was always under the impression from my friends from Molokai is that it's, in general, 50-50. Half of the people say Molokai, half of the people say Molokai. That's not to say one is wrong or right. I just think it's kind of like language. Who you learn from, you continue that knowledge.
Yep.
So if anybody has a question, both are correct.
And here we see the Hawaii Aloha Academy. They commenced their activities in metropolitan Tokyo in 2006 with the mission of offering culturally enriching educational opportunities for individuals interested in delving into the diverse aspects of Hawaiian culture. Now in the first car you see 2024 Lei Queen Japan, Yoko Morishita, and 2024 Princess of Hawaii, Taeko Mayano. Now, their aim is to become a prominent educational institution promoting cultural understanding and awareness not only in Japan, but also globally, shedding light on the rich heritage of Hawaii. The second car, we have 2024 Princess of Maui, Mikako Miki, and the 2024 Princess of Oahu, Masako Takahashi. And then in the third vehicle, we've got Princess of Kauai, Kaori Tanizawa, and the 2024 Princess of Lanai, Alohalani Shoy.
And I think this next one was the Ho'opili Baker Foundation, which is it's that fancy word.
Philanthropic?
Yep, that's the one.
Philanthropic
arm of the Royal House of Hawaii, Kahaleali'i o Ho'opili Baker, in homage of their royal ancestor Prince Robert Ho'opili Baker, grandson of Queen Kamakahele and cousin and aide de camp to King Kalakaua. Representing the Ho'opili Baker Foundation are Georgette Baker Lupino, CEO, and Keith Aviao, CFO, plus recently married, royal heirs Aidani Punahele Ho'opili and Dr. Alfredo Corte Real.
And now we have the Miss American Scholar. That is a pageant system that works with Brave Hawaii to help prevent bullying. In the first vehicle, you see Cheryl Larua, Miss Hawaii American Scholar 2024, and Kylie Chu, Miss Hawaii American Scholar 2024. Oh, Miss and Miss. All right, that's the difference there. The pageant helps girls to be respectful and value everyone. And in the second car, we have Precious Milo, Miss Teen American Scholar 2024, and Renee Yoshimura Jr., Teen American Scholar. The pageant also helps with confidence and helps the girls know their worth. And in the third vehicle, we have Cialina Agpun, preteen Hawaii American scholar, and Malia Baltero, young Miss American scholar. The organization is community service based and gives girls the opportunity to serve the community. And then in the fourth vehicle, we have Miss American Scholar contestants for the national pageant in January 2025, London Lexi Silva and Sierra de la Cruz. Delegates of Miss American Scholar are able to have their voices be heard, spread a message that is important to them, and be an inspiration for others.
And then we move on to the color of orange. We are welcoming the island of Lanai, adorned in the beautiful lei Kaunaoa. Their page, Matt True, is of Waianae. Princess Nailiula Ikalani Vieira of Kapolei here on Oahu. This is her first year riding in the King Kamehameha Celebration Floral Parade and loves carrying on the tradition of Pa'u riding. Attendants include Chastity Keala, Nicole Kapu, and Emerald Pi'imoku. Escorts, George Wong, Alfred Bailey, and the Kaunaoa can be found growing on the coastal areas on most Hawaiian islands. Hawaiian legend says that Kaunaoa had a lover named Pohuehue, and they were often found spending all their time together.
And right now I believe we're going to take a short break just for a moment, and we want to mahalo Enjoy Snacks. Of course, we love their Iso Peanuts, Enjoy Snacks' favorite product, and they've got 4 new flavors. Lots of things to enjoy, and we've got one here in front of us. This is the Ninja flavor. And we also want to mahalo the Kala Foundation for helping making today possible. We'll be right back.
I'm going to eat this.
Psst, you love Iso Peanuts? Check this out. 4 brand new flavors: takoyaki, yellow curry, ninja, and super spicy shoyu. Try the new coated peanuts from Enjoy today. Introducing We Love Maui from Enjoy. 3 custom shapes, colors, and flavors. Proceeds will be donated to Grace Bible Church Maui to support the wildfire recovery efforts. Let's never forget those in need.
Here in Hawaii, we've delivered so many vibrant lives. From Keiki to Kupuna, we're here to see you thrive. We work between the beginning and end, from checkups and treatments to making a new friend. By your side, we will be every step of the way. Whether singing or soothing, we form the lei that embrace you with aloha. Whatever life throws at you, whatever your dreams, we're your lifetime partner in health. We are Queens.
Hawaii is a special place. But let's be real, getting stuff shipped here can be so annoying. That's where Ship to Hawaii comes in. Your favorite online shop doesn't ship here? No worries. Just ship your order to our hub in California and we'll handle the rest. From e-bikes and batteries to almost anything you could imagine, Ship to Hawaii ships it all. Get what you want, where you want it. Ship to Hawaii, making Hawaii living more convenient.
Went to go to the bar to watch Monday Night Football, so it was like kind of like a celebratory experience that where I ended up drinking more than I anticipated. Just seeing the blue lights behind, you know, in the rearview mirror, knowing what I knew, right, how much I drank and stuff, I knew that I was legally drunk. I'm grateful that I had this experience in a way so that it was a clear signal to motivate me to be different and to change.
Welcome back to the 107th Annual King Kamehameha Days Celebration Floral Parade. There you go.
It is a beautiful day. We're having so much fun here talking story. I think that's the whole point of this. It's not just seeing all these different floats and our community who has put in so much effort to bring these together, but it's fellowship.
It is. It's to enjoy company and enjoy your community. That's really what it's about.
Right now we are seeing the next vehicle, which is the Miss Bikini Hawaii pageant and the Miss Hawaii Plus pageant. First we have Kelly's White, the reigning Miss Bikini Hawaii Model 2024. Kelly's will be representing Hawaii at the Miss Bikini USA National Pageant in Miami, Florida this July. Next, we have Ashley Kitts, the reigning Miss Hawaii Plus 2024. The Miss Hawaii Plus pageant is the first and only full-figured pageant in the state of Hawaii. Both organizations are accepting contestants and applications for 2025. Visit MissBikiniHawaiiUS.com and MissHawaiiPlusUS.com for more
Definitely, I
information.
love the inclusivity. And next we have the Miss Hawaii Volunteer Pageant. They select the state representatives to the National Miss Volunteer America Pageant in Jackson, Tennessee. Miss Hawaii Volunteer 2024 is McKenna Kinsler, a 20-year-old junior at the University of Hawaii, and she will leave in 1 week for the national competition. Miss Hawaii Teen Volunteer 2024 is 18-year-old Amalia Delire, who attends the University of Hawaii at West Oahu. Both title holders are accomplished hula dancers, and the goal of the pageant is to empower young women through educational scholarships and extraordinary opportunities for public service and networking.
That's awesome. You know what else is awesome? We here on Oahu, we welcome the island of Oahu, known for its beautiful lei ilima. Representing Oahu are Paige Jeffrey Gasper and Princess Denise Kanani Okeanue and Cheda of Eva Beach. This year, Princess Denise is representing her ohana and hoaloha as she carries on the family tradition of pa'u riding. Attendants include Bambi Biukestad, Hi'ile Colburn, and Punahele Pirates. You know, I did some reading and I came across how at least one story of how our islands were named. And Oahu is Oahu. The word Ahu is short for Kuahu, which is an altar or a shrine. And there's some stories that share O is another name for Kane, which was one of the four main Hawaiian gods, if not the most prominent Hawaiian god. So Oahu literally means the Ahu or the shrine of Kane.
Wow.
Did you know?
I did not.
Me neither. Now you do.
You are a wealth of knowledge,
No, I'll probably
Kamakapili.
forget that in the next few minutes. So I say it now.
All right, and up next, V2K Productions. They were established in 1994. I'm not quite sure if this is who we are looking at right now. Oh, it is. Okay, sorry, I could not see the side of the vehicle.
That's why I'm squinting at
All
you.
right, me and you both. Empowering girls and women from 4 years old to be better speakers, empowering women starting at, again, 4 years old. Chevelle Wong, Miss Little Aloha Islands. Aurea Mai Domingo, Miss Teen Aloha Islands. Sophia Nene, V2K Productions Queen. Rain Morales, Miss Aloha Islands. Aliyah Karikawa, Little Miss Philippines, Hawaii. Chloe Sagahan, Miss Teen Philippines, Hawaii. Christian Cabrera, Miss Philippines, Hawaii. Leilani Morris, Mrs. Philippines, Hawaii. Michelle Catch, Miss Asia, Hawaii. And for over 30 years, founder and owner Vilma Kafirma 2K has been training individuals build their confidence and self-esteem to be strong leaders and better speakers, and most importantly, to be positive role models and inspiration to their community.
That is such a cool title, to be Miss Little Aloha Islands. That is so cute.
That is.
We are actually coming to the ending portion of this parade. I have to say, Miss Boniza, it has been a beautiful day so far.
It has been spectacular. The weather is still, I see a couple of clouds, but it has just been breathtaking. And all of the colors and festivities, so much fun.
Now again, this will be going through Honolulu, ending up through Waikiki, and it will take you directly to Kapi'olani Park, where at the top of the hour at 11 o'clock, the Kamehameha Day celebration Ho'olaulea will be kicking off. And that's going to be taking us through about 5 o'clock this afternoon or this evening, however you look at it. So we are still in for much more of a heat of a day.
Exactly. And the Ho'olaulea event, again, from 11 till 5, they're going to have Ono Hawaiian food, mouth-watering food booths, priceless cultural workshops, so much more. So you can even do some hands-on activities there at that event.
And this year, of course, with FestPac being taking place right now, or Festival of Pacific Arts and Culture, we are going to be seeing performances from various delegations from across the Pacific, so that is super exciting. It's produced by the Kala Foundation and sponsored by Hawaii Tourism Authority, the City and County of Honolulu, and of course other generous partners. Hopefully we will see you there.
So we definitely want to keep everything going. And welcome to Aloha Junkman. They handle junk removal, demolition, and hauling for residential, commercial, apartment complexes, homeowners associations, and military bases on Oahu, including Honolulu, Kaneohe, Kailua, and more. Mahalo for their support, Aloha Junkman. You can check out alohajunkman.com to schedule your next load. Same-day service is available.
Speaking of junk, giving our attention back to pooper scoopers of each of these floats and the units, want to give a big mahalo. I think people laugh at it, but at the end of the day, we really wouldn't be able to do a parade without them.
Yes, you need that, especially when we have all of those beautiful horses. Definitely appreciate the pooper scoopers. And then we've got Tow for Show and Recovery is a local family-owned and operated towing and hauling company based out of Kapolei. From towing your vehicle to flatbed services, Tow for Show has you covered.
And we only have a couple more left. We are going to be taking a quick break. Don't go away too far. We will be right back. We want to give a big mahalo to some of our sponsors, of course, Southwest and Hawaiian Telcom. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hawaii roads are seeing an alarming increase in drug-impaired driving, with more drivers involved in fatal crashes testing positive for drugs in their system. This trend is making our roads more dangerous every year. Our drug recognition experts are specially trained to detect impaired drivers and determine what's impairing them, whether it's alcohol, illegal drugs, or prescription medication. It's all impaired driving. Keep our communities safe and don't drive impaired. If you feel different, you drive different.
Hydrating, sweet, and tinged with nostalgia. Get that watermelon glow this summer. Watermelon Breeze is back at Jamba, Hawaii. Hydrating, sweet, and tinged with nostalgia. Get that watermelon glow this summer. Watermelon Breeze is back at Jamba, Hawaii.
Dear Hawaii, we're not the biggest health insurer or the oldest, but we are homegrown. Driven by a profound kuleana, a privileged duty to care for Hawaii's people. What difference does kuleana make in a health insurance plan? All the difference in the world. We're UHA Health Insurance. Join us.
Here in Hawaii, we've delivered so many vibrant lives. From Keiki to Kupuna, we're here to see you thrive. We work between the beginning and end, from checkups and treatments to making a new friend. By your side, we will be every step of the way. Whether singing or soothing, we form the lei that embrace you with aloha. Whatever life throws at you, whatever your dreams, we're your lifetime partner in health. We are Queens.
And mahalo for joining us for the 107th annual King Kamehameha Day Celebration Floral Parade. And we have reached the conclusion.
I wish this was going on a little bit longer. This was so much fun. I just felt like we were just getting started.
I know, really. We were getting on a roll there. But before we go, we want to make sure to mahalo the City and County of Honolulu street sweepers for wrapping up our parade and keeping the streets of Honolulu clean.
That's right. You know, I think it's very fortunate that we get to be able to do this. But as my dad would always say as we go camping, we always leave places better when we leave than we get there.
Exactly.
In Hawaiian, we can say ahon akahai about that. One thing that we also, of course, this is part of the celebration for this year's holiday, but it kicked off with the lei draping yesterday. And right across the street, King Kamehameha Ekahi, his statue, continues to be adorned with many of these lei. It was such a great... You know, I don't know how many places around the world have celebrations such as this.
I mean, the lei draping itself is an entire process, and that goes, I mean, they start asking for people to donate flowers, and then you have the organization who helps string the lei before they're even hung, and then you've got, I believe, HFD that comes down, right, and they get to put the lei on top of Kamehameha's right arm. And I know there's a story behind the right arm. Do you remember
Yeah,
what that is as to why the right arm is outstretched?
I was talking story with Uncle Kimo Keaulana Kumuhula, but he's also a commissioner for the Celebration Commission, and he was sharing that the King Kamehameha's right arm is extended out as a symbol of peace and kindness. So they choose to adorn that particular arm to, I guess, highlight that sense. But I also think logistically it's probably the best place for the lei to rest. But taking into account that these are all fresh flower, fresh foliage, that just means everybody anticipates to wake up super early that morning, because you cannot really prep this too much in advance, or all the flowers will, we say, mai or wilt.
Yeah, and plumeria, as we all know, they are very, very fragile. But I love how they're so delicately placed on top of the arm there, and it takes hours to string those lei.
And for all of this, the lei can only stay on the statue for so long, because then there's like acid or some type of things within the foliage that then would start to damage the statue. So I believe it's on Monday, the following Monday after the celebration, that all the lei will come off of the statues. And
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, I was going to say, in this statue, did you know that there's multiple King Kamehameha statues?
I did, but I can't remember all the places they are. There's one on Hawaii Island, correct?
There's actually two on Hawaii Island.
Oh, okay.
So we have the original statue, which is in Kohala, and that is the birthplace of King Kamehameha, so that being the most appropriate. We have in Hilo, looking over Hilo Bay. We have this one here, our grand King Kamehameha statue, looking over Iolani Palace. The fourth is all the way across America to the East Coast in Statutory Hall, Washington, D.C.
Oh, really?
At the U.S. Capitol. Because I believe every state dedicates 2 statues. So we have a statue of King Kamehameha, and I believe the other statue is of who was father, but now Saint Damien. Gosh, when I talk out loud, I talk a lot.
You have so much knowledge, Kamaka.
I'm going to forget it. I tell you, I'm going to forget it. So we just talk about it now. But to see our statue, for you, what is the significance of this day for you, or just this celebration?
I mean, this just reminds me I'm Hawaiian pride. I mean, I do feel that. I feel proud to be a Hawaiian. I know how lucky and blessed I am to live here, to have been born in Hawaii. So many people dream of coming here. This is someplace that they, save up lifetimes, and this is our home.
Mm-hmm.
This is truly, born and raised. This is our home. So it just reminds me of how blessed and fortunate we are to be here and to be Hawaiian people at this time.
And for me personally, I think, especially with visitors around the world, when you look at Hawaii, there's the obvious things that they look at. Of course, the beautiful beaches, the blue skies, the great shopping in Waikiki. But we cannot forget our heritage and the history and the native host culture and host people. So I think with events like this, and the fact that we can include our malihini, our visitors, and our own local people, our native community, we all get to learn together. And I think that's the most important thing.
Well, the people are what make a culture.
Yes.
It's the stories, it's even your energy, and it's how you treat others. I mean, that spirit of aloha. I mean, we were talking about miscongeniality.
Yeah.
And that's it's no joke. It is a real thing. That's another way, I guess, to say aloha. But it's true. You go to the mainland and people almost always recognize somebody from Hawaii, and
Mm-hmm.
there's a different way of kind of being, I guess.
It's so unique. I think one thing, you mentioned aloha, and just I'm thinking of a common maybe misunderstanding, misconception. When we talk about aloha, some may break it down to aloha, which is your face and your breath. Mm-hmm. So when we do what we call a honi, where we push our faces together, we're not kissing, but we're exchanging our breath.
Yes.
Because what is the most important thing in life?
It's breath.
Is breath.
Mm-hmm.
So in Hawaiian sense, that is the
Sharing
best thing you can share with
Yeah,
somebody.
exactly.
A beautiful day.
Oh, yes.
And the wind only kicks up now.
Okay, and we're going to take a short break right now. We will be back very shortly.
Hawaii is a special place. But let's be real, getting stuff shipped here can be so annoying. That's where Ship to Hawaii comes in. Your favorite online shop doesn't ship here? No worries. Just ship your order to our hub in California and we'll handle the rest. From e-bikes and batteries to almost anything you could imagine, Ship to Hawaii ships it all. Get what you want, where you want it. Ship to Hawaii, making Hawaii living more convenient.
Psst, you love ESO peanuts? Check this out. 4 brand new flavors: takoyaki, yellow curry, ninja, and super spicy shoyu. Try the new coated peanuts from Enjoy today. Introducing We Love Maui from Enjoy. 3 custom shapes, colors, and flavors. Proceeds will be donated to Grace Bible Church Maui to support the wildfire recovery efforts. Let's never forget those in need.
Dear Hawaii, we're not the biggest health insurer or the oldest, but we are homegrown. Driven by a profound kuleana, a privileged duty to care for Hawaii's people. What difference does kuleana make in a health insurance plan? All the difference in the world. We're UHA Health Insurance. Join us.
With each new day, we're looking out for you, finding the facts, getting to the truth, hoping you and your loved ones stay safe and informed.
KHON2, working for Hawaii.
Went to go to the bar to watch Monday Night Football, so it was like kind of like a celebratory experience that where I ended up drinking more than I anticipated. Just seeing the blue lights behind, you know, in the rearview mirror, knowing what I knew, right, how much I drank and stuff, I knew that I was legally drunk. I'm grateful that I had this experience in a way so that it was a clear signal to motivate me to be different and to change.
The Hawaii Stroke Coalition wants you to know that during a stroke, nearly 2 million brain cells could die every minute blood flow to the brain is blocked. If you think someone is having a stroke, call 911 immediately. The ambulance brings healthcare professionals to your location to start a medical evaluation and treatment even before leaving the location. EMS will conduct assessments, take vitals, start an IV, and alert the ER of their arrival. Be fast, don't hesitate, and call 911.
Hydrating, sweet, and tinged with nostalgia. Get that watermelon glow this summer. Watermelon Breeze is back at Jamba, Hawaii. Hydrating, sweet, and tinged with nostalgia. Get that watermelon glow this summer. Watermelon Breeze is back at Jamba, Hawaii.
It's our job in the news business to gather relevant facts and report them so you can be informed.
And there are a lot more ways to get the news to you than ever before.
Of course, there's this way.
And multiple other ways for you to get our reporting.
There's the tried and true.
And the relatively new.
However you get the news,
we're working for you.
KHON2,
working for Hawaii.
And welcome back. We want to make sure to mahalo everyone who provided funding to make the 107th King Kamehameha Day Celebration Floral Parade happen. Mahalo to the Hawaii Tourism Authority through the Signature Events Program, the Royal Hawaiian Center, as well as the Mayor's Office of Culture and the Arts.
Many different hands has taken to bring this together. You know, not just the sponsors and those who had contributed in this way, but even just the people who have attended, who have come down, who've sat on the side of the road, who had supported and given all their love for people coming through. Also want to give a big mahalo to Mayor's Office of Culture and the Arts, or also known as MOCA. You know, it is MOCA that all of these public statues, public arts, are all being held and cared for by MOCA. And they do have a dedicated percentage of their funding to fund such statues and art. Here on this side, we are on one side of the parade, but let's find our buddy Bryce Moore, because I think he's on the opposite side. Who are you talking to, Bryce? What's going on?
That's right, Kamaka. I got Noah next to me right now. We are on Ala Moana Boulevard, right before, what is that? I guess Atkinson Drive. Parade's still coming through here. Our plan was actually to get into Waikiki. We actually caught up to the front of the parade right here in front of Ala Moana Shopping Center. There are hundreds of people along the way here at Ala Moana Boulevard. There's people behind my cameraman here as well. I'm going to take a swing around this way, and maybe we can talk to some folks. Hi, are you folks visiting? Locals? Where are you from?
Locals from Kaneohe.
And how many times have you come out to this parade?
Just once. Yeah.
What's it been like?
It's hot.
It's hot, you're telling
It's
me.
beautiful though.
And how come you brought the kids?
Just to get them to see the culture and the beautiful flowers and yeah.
Have you had a favorite one so far? How about any of you? Any favorite floats?
No.
Do you like the band?
I like the horse.
The horse.
Yeah.
Yeah? How come?
Because
A little stinky, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
And because they're cute.
They are cute, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
Cool. What about the band? Was it too loud for you or you were okay?
I was okay.
Yeah. And then, awesome. We're going to be throwing things back to Jen and Kamaka. Thank you so much for sharing your family with us. It's awesome to get to see from everyone from elderly down to kids just sharing and having a great time here at the King Kamehameha Day Celebration Parade. Send things right back over to you.
Thank you so much, Bryce. And as things wind down here for the parade, at least on this part of the parade, it's past us now, headed over to Kapiolani Park, where it's then going to kick off the Ho'olaulea.
That's right. We're going to have a little bit more coming after the break. We're going to take a quick one, though. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Psst, you love Eso peanuts? Check this out. 4 brand new flavors: takoyaki, yellow curry, ninja, and super spicy shoyu. Try the new coated peanuts from Enjoy today. Introducing We Love Maui from Enjoy. 3 custom shapes, colors, and flavors. Proceeds will be donated to Grace Bible Church Maui to support the wildfire recovery efforts. Let's never forget those in need.
Introducing Fioptics Plus, an elevated TV experience powered by Hawaii's only 100% fiber network. With Fioptics Plus, you'll get seamless access to your live, recorded, and streaming favorites all in one place. And features like advanced voice search, catch-up restart, and My Shows mean you'll never miss a minute. Best-in-class technology for the best TV experience. Get up to a $300 gift card when you switch to Fioptics. Bundles start at just $49.99 a month.
Hawaii is a special place. But let's be real, getting stuff shipped here can be so annoying. That's where Ship to Hawaii comes in. Your favorite online shop doesn't ship here? No worries. Just ship your order to our hub in California and we'll handle the rest. From e-bikes and batteries to almost anything you could imagine, Ship to Hawaii ships it all. Get what you want, where you want it. Ship to Hawaii, making Hawaii living more convenient.
With each new day, we're looking out for you, finding the facts, getting to the truth, hoping you and your loved ones stay safe and informed.
KHON2, working for Hawaii.
Mahalo again for tuning in to the 107th King Kamehameha Day Celebration Floral Parade. We appreciate you joining us here this morning.
That's right. As you can hear, the roads are starting to open up at the beginning of the parade route. We will be continuing on down to Waikiki, but for our part, we are going to be wrapping up our live coverage. Hopefully you guys learned a little something other than just enjoying the festivities. It has been awesome. I cannot wait till next year.
Yes, and you're going to be down at the Ho'olaulea. That starts at 11 till 5.
That's right. We'll be down there emceeing and hosting that festivities. Again, if you have the opportunity, come down to Kapiolani Park for the King Kamehameha celebration. Ho'olaulea kicking off at the top of the hour, taking us till 5 p.m. So much fun things to do down there. So hopefully we will see you then.
Yes, make sure to check that out. And a bunch of other amazing cultural events happening this weekend. weekend. If you weren't able to actually tune into the parade today, I know that we're going to be rebroadcasting this, I believe.
That's right. If you can find all that information on KHON2.com. And I'm also going to be a little selfish to plug Aloha Authentic. You can catch Aloha Authentic on KHON2.com as well.
Yes. Well, mahalo again. We enjoyed you having us with you.
Jen Boniza Kamakopili. Ahui ho.
Ahui ho.
Aloha.
This broadcast of the 107th King Kamehameha Celebration Floral Parade was sponsored by the Hawaii Tourism Authority.